Yeah, if you see this, the other chat just kind of YouTube just kicked me out. Uh, I don't know if they didn't like what I had to say, but here it is. So if you're just joining, sorry about that. And it's probably still going on in the other chat. Let's see if anyone can come over from there. Mm, no, it doesn't look like. Mm, all right, yeah. I don't know. Did the other one just end up stopping? Uh, that'd be interesting to find out what happened to that chat. I guess it's worth trying to continue anyway. Um, it's great. Something like that. Yeah, it finally stopped. Uh, you know what? You know, I rarely had YouTube crash like that, like ever. But yeah, the goal was at least to go on and do 30 minutes. And I don't know if well, I don't think we got any new subscribers from that. Uh, but at least we were cooking for a little bit, had some sort of interaction. I figure there's probably more to do today, more videos to make, or I've got to upload a resume. Guess we can continue a little bit if anyone pops in the next couple of minutes. Yeah, a little sizzle, a little sizzle. Um, I guess again, we try to look at everything at least say it's practice at the very least. And sometimes when I'm always doing research, I want to look and see how other people are doing their lives. And sometimes people, again, they're just cooking and living their life. And maybe I'm putting too much emphasis on this, and let people just like into the life. Like there's a lot more dead air. There's a lot more just relaxing. And I don't, and yeah, they always have like a more sizable following on their channel. Maybe it's just creating something with just like regularity, like your favorite sitcom on during TGI Friday when we were growing up watching TV like that. Food for thought. In the meantime, again, you know, we're just gonna show up and try again. Definitely see if I can make more time tomorrow to see if another time makes more sense. Um, yeah, just keep it moving, press record. I see people like cooking, and I enjoy that, but sometimes it gets a bit of a mess where you're cooking and moving like that. But you never really know what people like to enjoy, what they want to come and see, and you just, I guess, as a creator, just create and see what happens, see what people are into. Not can't kind of guess that and see what 2026 brings. But for that, in that sense, we're just hoping people find their tribe, find a space that makes sense to them, see what they like, see what makes sense for their lives, what they need. Right now, I would love more people that are into travel, into investing, and rub shoulders with people doing better than me in several different areas. I think that's what makes life a lot better, makes you better. So if you're doing better, let me know. Not if you're one of these many haters that like to come in and hate from the sides. You please stay over there. Please enjoy yourself over there. Um, but if you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button. Um, we're not asking for donations, but all know everyone's going through economic turmoil right now. So just come in, drop a like, say a little something in the chat, and keep it pushing. And we'll try to go on for another, couple of minutes before life demands more of itself. I've even seen people do like tarot cards on there, do people's fortunes, and there's like hundreds of people watching. And I guess you never really know what people are into, what people like from the channel. That's why I'm always trying to, elicit some feedback and see what's important to people, what matters to them, what they like, what they need in their life. And your engagement and interaction is usually the best way to do those things. But for now, one of the things I want to do going forward is create different content, more of that behind the scenes, even like card content, adding a lot of stuff like that into it. And that's getting different mounts and getting better at using some of the different camera equipment I have and what makes sense for what little avenue here and there. But I've got a lot of ideas and apparently not enough time or a cooperative YouTube app that likes to kick things out when I think I get a little silver going. So, but we don't try to, get discouraged. Just try to, keep it going into what else we got, what else we're doing. Yeah, I guess that means cleaning up certain stuff behind the scenes, and there's certain aspects. I think when you create content and you put yourself out there, especially in lives, there's definitely that give and take. You show a little more about yourself for their attention, for their view, and sometimes we cheapen or we make light of what people's attention really means, how important it is to growth, to society. I think attention is going to be the currency, or it is the currency, and the rest of us are just slow fossils trying to keep up. Um, but yeah, I think if we can create more of that, you create it and see what they like, see if they resonate with it, slow and steady. I think that's going to be the key. That's what we got to do here, um, and just kind of be patient and pick our times and see what's the best times for some of the stuff, and try not to get discouraged when it's not where you want it to be immediately. I think that's one of the big things. But yeah, and of course, doing a lot of research into what makes sense. But I think the expectation for 2026 is a good outlook, and I want to create those habits now, those important habits. One of those being rest, because I know I'm really bad with that. So if there's something that any type of resolutions that you guys have, the serious resolutions, stuff that you're actually trying to stick with, not stuff that sounds good and then you give up with it, or you already abandon it a week or two into the new year. If there's something like that, you could drop it in the chat. We can talk about that. But I think with mobile lives, I'm probably a little too focused on the production aspect of it because I'm just looking at what other people are doing, and I think they just build that tribe first and foremost. That people that want to show up to talk to them, talk with them, and that's going to be a process. That's going to be a slow sort of build out, and part of that is showing up regularly. Because right now, people don't know what's happening, or I'm not dialed into the times in which they may be available to tune stuff in, or even dialed into why some people go live, what they're interested in, or is it current events, is it topics like that? But we just create, Yeah, I'm gonna go with that idea. If you build it, they will come, and if not, hopefully they'll find it in time and be glad that you built something in the first place. But we just create the system, and tomorrow we'll try something. Just sort of again build it while I'm doing other things. You know, talk about things that are important, and try not to get too down about like you want to talk about what's going on and the big current events is like ICE and Venezuela and our political standing in the world and what does it mean for us. But it's so easy to get divisive in that and people get nasty because they tie their identity to the political leanings. And when you challenge that, it feels like you're challenging them, and then things get hostile. We don't want to. We want to encourage people right now rather than try to pull people apart, which I think the world and politics does more than enough of that. We don't want to add to some of these things. So again, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, hit a like on your way in, just so we can build out this algorithm so other people can know this is here, know that we're building something, and then we'll try to do this more and more regularly. And sometimes the the background of change will be on the go, will be out of country, will be in country, will be different states. But I want to create something regularly, even if it just means 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes away from people just to feel like to actually have an exchange. The videos, the two a days, we'll still drop those, and hopefully we get better, production quality and other things that I'm trying to do, which I probably should get off here and try to see if I can make something of that, or just save it for tomorrow and get some rest. I think that was probably an important thing. But for now, again, consider subscribing to the channel on your way in. Hit that like. We're going to build something here, build a community here, and the best way to do that is to have that interaction, is to see what resonates with you guys, what's important to you, and you show that by what you like, what resonates with you, what you subscribe, when you subscribe. There's all sorts of data that goes behind the scenes, all sorts of data. The emails in every description of every video, where if you have ideas and people have reached out, um, talking about the stuff they're interested in, stuff they want to see. Just some of these ideas really help reinvigorate when it's easy to get sort of inundated and feel like you're breaking down and that this is not really worth it, or it's a lot of work and you can't see a quick upside. I always try to remind myself that you were never good at something the first time you tried it. It always took time, it always took effort, it always took intentionality. And that's just showing up and doing it again and again. Like the other live that got bamboozled by YouTube about creating spaces for men, creating spaces for people, like-minded people that believe in something and want to have some place where they can find themselves, hold themselves accountable, where they can actually try and make themselves better people. If you're interested in that, then this is a channel for you, where you get to challenge different ideas and you want to be challenged. Sometimes you want to be wrong, like the scientific method that proves, hey, my thinking was inadequate here. I can make myself better here. I can see what you're doing and get inspiration by that. That's, I think that's gonna be one of the big themes going for 2026. I want to be inspired to be better, and I want people to look at that and say, "Yo, why can't I do that?" Even if it's something as simple as being kinder to your body, relaxing more, stretching more, working out more, being more consistent. If you show that, I think it can inspire people. But we'll find out. All right, we'll build it. We'll see if they come, see if they're interested, see if they like, see if they subscribe, see if they hype the video. I'm still not really sure what that means or what that entails. But like the last 3 weeks, we've done that Sunday show. We're going to do the same thing this Sunday, same time, 6 o'clock, and just have a place where you can feel like you're tuning into a show for about an hour. Get yourself some entertainment, laugh, join the comments. So far it's been largely family, but again, we'll build it. We'll do it. We'll see what people come tune in. If anything, the replay gang is always something for them to check out. Like I said, if you're interested in stuff like this, you're interested in this improvement and having some fun and poking fun about some things and having serious conversations, I want to be a nice little catch-all spot for you. See what you like, and then at the very least, you can watch as I make some of these changes, improvements on life, and you can steal and say, "Hey, I like that. I want to do that too." I'm inspired or reach out. I've got my own story. I want to just have it back and forth. And we had that opportunity yesterday, last night, or the last live we did, just for someone to reach out saying, "I'm going through this," and I would just like some sort of advice. And it was a real good interaction that maybe I'll be able to clip some of that and post that later. But I think stuff like that becomes very critical, very helpful for a lot of men who don't have that space, don't have that people they can turn to and talk to. We all need that, and I know YouTube is a male-dominated space, but if you are a woman and feel like you need something like that too, this is space that's available for that as well. Yeah. So for now, let me go and be productive in the other areas of work that I promised others I would be. But I'll try to get on tomorrow at a better time and see if people are out here actually interacting. And hopefully YouTube won't suddenly crash and kick me out again. But again, encourage you, subscribe to the channel, throw a like down so the algorithm pushes out so more people can find this space. We'll get there, and I think lives like this, mobile lives like this, help push that, help make that a sooner, a thing sooner rather than a thing later. So I'll see you guys.